Close your eyes for a moment and picture it. The hum of a refrigerator, the clatter of pots and pans, and the sweet smell of a home-cooked meal drifting through a tidy 1950s kitchen. Back then, cooking wasn't just a daily chore. It was a ritual, a proud centerpiece of family life. And the gadgets that filled those cheerful kitchens weren't just tools. They were symbols of progress, convenience, and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Today, we're looking back at 10 kitchen gadgets from the 1950s that changed home cooking forever. Number 1. The stand mixer. Every 1950s kitchen dream started with a stand mixer. Brands like Sunbeam and KitchenAid made these machines a household staple, turning bread dough, cake batter, and cookie mix into something magical. Housewives marveled at how fast and easy baking became, and for many, it felt like owning a personal kitchen assistant. What made it special was its durability. These mixers were built like tanks, and while stand mixers still exist today, the hefty chrome and pastel machines of the 50s carry a charm that never quite returned. Number 2. The pressure cooker. In an era where dinner had to be ready by 6 sharp, the pressure cooker was a lifesaver. Its sealed pot used steam to cook meals in a fraction of the time, making stews and roasts possible even on busy weekdays. It was a symbol of efficiency, though it also carried a reputation for being a little dangerous, hissing, rattling, and sometimes even bursting if not handled carefully. Modern versions are safer and sleeker, but the clunky stovetop pressure cookers of the 1950s were pioneers of speed cooking. Number 3. The toaster oven. Not every kitchen could afford a full-size oven upgrade, and that's where the toaster oven shined. Compact, practical, and perfect for small meals. It gave families the ability to bake, broil, and toast without heating up the whole house. In a post-war America obsessed with convenience, it was like a mini miracle on the counter. While today's toaster ovens are digital and high-tech, the 1950s versions were simple and sturdy, often in shiny chrome with cheerful dials. Number 4. The electric percolator. Before drip coffee makers took over, the electric percolator was king of the morning routine. With its bubbling sound and rich aroma, it brewed coffee strong enough to wake up any sleepy household. Families would often gather around the kitchen table, sipping from porcelain cups, while listening to that steady perk, perk, perk on the counter. What made it special was the ritual. It felt alive. Today, percolators are mostly forgotten, replaced by faster, quieter machines. But few gadgets could fill a kitchen with comfort the way they did. Number 5. The electric knife sharpener. Cooking in the 50s often meant carving large roasts, whole chickens, or hams for Sunday dinner. A dull knife could ruin the presentation, so the electric knife sharpener felt like a modern marvel. With just a few passes, blades were back to slicing smoothly, making the cook feel professional in her own home. They didn't disappear so much as fade. Today, many people rely on cheaper manual sharpeners or simply buy new knives. But in the 1950s, a sharp blade was the pride of every kitchen. Number 6. The hand crank can opener. Simple, reliable, and surprisingly revolutionary. The hand crank can opener became an unsung hero of the kitchen. Canned goods were booming after World War II, bringing vegetables, soups, and sauces straight to the pantry. The can opener made all of it possible. Housewives loved the speed. Children sometimes fought over who got to crank it, and meals became easier than ever. Electric versions exist now, but the sturdy little crank from the 1950s was built to last, and many still do. Number 7. The chrome toaster. Few things say 1950s breakfast like a shiny chrome toaster. It was more than a way to crisp up bread. It was a centerpiece on the counter, a symbol of modern living. Families marveled at how evenly it browned slices, while children eagerly waited for that satisfying pop. What made it special wasn't just the toast, but the feeling of progress, like the future had arrived in your kitchen. Modern toasters may be faster, but they rarely match the character and beauty of those heavy, chrome-plated originals. Number 8. The blender. Smoothies may be popular today, but the 1950s blender was all about milkshakes, soups, and cocktails. With its tall glass jar and roaring motor, it became a star of both everyday cooking and evening entertaining. Housewives could puree vegetables for baby food, while fathers often used it to mix up post-war fancy drinks for company. What made it special was its versatility. It could handle almost anything you threw in. While blenders still thrive today, those pastel-colored 50s models hold a timeless charm. Number 9. The waffle iron. Weekend breakfasts in the 1950s often featured golden, crispy waffles made on the family's beloved waffle iron. Plug it in, pour in the batter, and suddenly the kitchen filled with the smell of sweet vanilla and butter. It wasn't just a meal, it was an event, often followed by syrupy laughter around the table. Today, waffle irons still exist, but back then, they were treated like treasures, often brought out only for special occasions. For many families, it turned a plain morning into something magical. Number 10. The refrigerator icebox. Finally, no list would be complete without the 1950s refrigerator, often with a little icebox tucked inside. Gone were the days of ice delivery. Families could now store frozen foods and make ice cubes at home. It felt futuristic, almost luxurious, and it completely changed the way people cooked and ate. Leftovers stayed fresh longer, frozen dinners began to appear, and kitchens never looked the same again. Today's sleek double-door fridges may be larger, but the 1950s models marked the true beginning of modern refrigeration. The kitchen of the 1950s was more than just a place to cook. It was the heart of the home, filled with gadgets that promised to make life easier, tastier, and a little more exciting. Some of these tools are still with us, while others have faded into memory, but all of them shaped the way families gathered around the table. Which of these gadgets do you remember most fondly? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and join us next time as we rewind to another piece of America's past.